No, that's okay. Hola, everybody. This is Julio, my contractor, and this is almost close to the final product. And just like what Julio promised, we are going to show you the final product, or close to the final product. So this is our barn door, and I because it's not as expensive as the hard solid doors, just like this one is. That's a solid door, and Julio recommended this one too because it's barn doors, right? So if they're heavy, then it's very hard for them to push, and it's all this, you see these circular things here, they roll, and so there may be an opportunity for them to go sideways and fall off the track. So Julio recommended that we use the Hello, I'm back. So now, where was I? In the barn door. So I want to show you. So this is 2 doors, and Julio made one side by side. And so Julio is able to open that and swing that to the side. And that's beautiful. You see that barn door? I love barn doors. And Julio, stay in here. Julio, please, in the middle. And so when I put on your clothes, my clothes here, Julio is just right here. I'm gonna try to close the door. You see, there's a lot of clearance here. And so this is the perfect size for a closet. Right, Julio?
That's right.
So any tip of the day for in doing the barn doors?
Just try to do your best. Sometimes they don't come with instructions. You have to figure it out, but we got it right, and then they will be in here for a long, long time.
So what Julio was saying was that the instruction came, but the wheels were not for the instructions were not for this wheel. It was for like a letter J type of a hook. And so Julio has to figure it out by himself on how to install these tracks. Is that right, Julio?
That's correct.
So guys, this is why when you have projects like this, yes, they do come in instructions, and there will be times when those instructions are not for this track of wheel. So what I mean is there's always going to be problems which you think are not problems. But with problems, there's always solution. And I'm so glad that Julio found it out himself in just a few minutes. Right, Julio?
That's correct.
All right. So if you want to find out more about, tracks or installing barn doors, you can always reach Julio. Julio, where can they find you? Don't hide.
They can find me at 570-284-7381. And then if I don't answer the phone, just leave a message and I will call you back as soon as I can.
All right. That's like I was talking to Julio earlier, is that I love contractors. So I have a Rolodex of contractors, and I just started working with Julio here a couple of weeks ago. And what I do with contractors, just like I explained to Julio, there's a reason why I call. And so if my contractors do not pick up, then I go to the next Rolodex of contractors. So as I grew and scaled my business, I learned that I could not be reliant on 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 because they could be busy. And Julio, when I called him, he was really doing an apartment, a duplex work in that property. And I'm glad that he picked it up and he was able to adjust and accommodate my need because it was an emergency. Remember that ceiling that was broken and had a water leak all over the kitchen? Julio was the one who helped me with that. So he was very flexible. He was like a bamboo and swaying, and now we're still working together. And I told him, hey, Julio, we have several properties too that would need work. And so I would love, love, love working with contractors who, number one, answers their call, especially if Priya's called, because why? I do call for a reason, and that means I need help with one of our properties. So I'm glad that Julio is dependable. He answered my call, and that's why we're still working together. So if you guys need somebody like Julio, you can reach out to him. Bye, guys!